Good morning, SMF MMTs. Time is 6:06 a.m. a.m. 12/20/2010. New York Stock Exchange. Here is your pre-market uh, ratio gap action trades right here. 2.9. Keep your eye on this one. WF, what is the news behind it, at 2.31. You have that SI symbol at 2.22 ratio, along with that ITW at 1.88. You got BEC at 1.71 a minute ago, just popped it again. CLF, FCX. Wow, is this sector getting hot? Look at that PTR. People know what that is. That's a 1.4 ratio gap, and they will have their wholesale pullbacks. What you would be looking for is where that price action momentum hits right back to that buy side. Once you do get the long and short side of it, you'll see it in your SMF platform when you're making your transactions. So when you get that buy action bar off of that dip, so if you come down to 369, bam, there's that buy action bar, MMTs. That's when you're hitting that price action. And then you see if you can get past the 9. If you start topping out in the top of the 9, then you start selling into it and take what your market maker spreads allow you to take. And the same as well on the pullbacks here is depending if there's news related now. And we have MMTs looking at that as I'm talking. So once again, hot as a firecracker. And last time when we made the high up here, I told everyone 117.40 was slide to bid. I told Bill that. And it made its highs. It likes to make its highs. Then you got a good short price action on it, because then it likes to come back, fill in its price before it breaks higher and makes another all-time high. That's what that one's been doing. That CLF has got a nice ratio trade in it, MMTs. Get on that one as well. So that is the gap. Here's the restauranter again. That CMG, when they slid the bid on that one and pulled it back here over the last, month or so, go take a look at it. Every time you can get those bottom entries and get your price actions will work for you and that directional momentum, and then you can sell it back to the public, because that's what it's about. Nike's got a 0.79 ratio, the shoemaker. Las Vegas Sands, how about that? 0.76. And you're seeing these smaller ratios depending on the price of the name and the volume. You would have, 1,000 share entries when I give you the limit orders after I conclude the tape on any one of these, is that you would put them in 1,000 share increment entries so that you can get filled coming down through that price at that lower end of the market. Once you are filled and that momentum in your platform takes off in an ascending fashion, well, you need to let it run. And as long as it stays elevated, that will mean the price action is stable. So as it stabilizes, you're going to look for that drop down support and then a break higher in price action. That's how you're going to know that you're going to break the last 10-day cycle where everything has been slide to bid into the multi-highs, yearly highs, monthly highs, doesn't matter. But that's what they've been doing, is sliding that bid. Now that we're going to firm back, and it's a Merry Christmas week to everyone and the MMTs. FCX, watch this one here. Watch that momentum in there. Hey, plug in that CLF too in the brain. And you can plug all of these in the brain, and it will price them for you. It'll all be done. Just remember on what you're trained as a market maker is trading the other side of that ratio on that pullback. But then if that's diminished, bam, you want out and you want to get net long again. And you want to get net long like immediately in the execution system. You don't want any lag time in your execution. When it's when you see it change in your platform, you see the numbers working for you, you have to execute, understand half of the price action bar and the diminishing price pullback, meaning that maybe it's only a two teeny pullback, but they stay elevated at price all day long. That would mean that people would be buying. During this week, generally you're going to have a lot lighter volume and prices can drift higher. We'll see. So we'll look at trading all of these right here and what the conclusion comes out. Okay? They're different price action beta stocks. They're not the same as Apple and Google, and more. But this FCX, well, it can keep up with that. So that's the one that you're going to want right here. Get on that, MMTs. Once again, if the markets are going to hold higher price action and break higher, then that would be the beginning change of the last 10-day period. Where once they do make their multi-highs, is that pullback is diminished in price, meaning that it's shallow, it's not that long, and then it sets up and they put in another price action base higher there. Doesn't matter if it goes sideways for a couple of days either. It will have a price range. And that's what your execution role is to take those ranges on both sides. When there's teeny expansion, you're long, and when there's teeny contraction, you're short in your brain. So here we go, PTR. I'm going to have someone watch that one as well. So the new MMTs, watch FCX right here. And watch how they get at the top end and then the reversal. Watch everything in the brain. So we're going to see if the bull shows up with the money or the bear slides that bid. Merry Christmas, everyone.